What's up, guys? Den and Perrin here. I am currently preparing for a tournament this weekend, and it got me thinking. I haven't seen a lot of info or videos on what to expect going to your first tournament and how to prepare, different mindset things. So I figured I would make a short video kind of going over the different things to expect, before you get to your first tournament. So what I would say is, if you're training with a club, I would probably give yourself at least 7 to 10 days where you haven't arm wrestled, just kind of getting ready for this. In that last practice before, or if you don't have a group to practice with, if you're kind of just doing workouts with yourself, some things to go over would be getting a grip. If you have a veteran in your club, he'll understand how the grip process works. Practice that as much as you possibly can. If you do not have anybody that you're training with, I would watch as much video on it as possible, and I would get a ready-go kind of simulator on YouTube, and I would start practicing timing, because that's going to be a huge thing. If you do have a group of guys to practice with, I would recommend doing the ready-goes at the end of practice when everybody's tired out, so that way you're not, putting extra damage onto your arm. At the end of practice, you're a lot more sore, so there's a lot less of a chance of breaking something or twisting something. So in your last practice, ready goes for timing and just negotiating a grip is super crucial. Those are going to be two things that you haven't done before. Now moving forward, I would, in that 7 to 10 break period time before the tournament, I would still maybe do your normal workouts, maybe decrease the intensity a little bit, lower the weights down a little bit, and start doing some blood flow stuff, especially if you have any trouble areas that have been bothering you. I would do extra reps in those areas. And then I would say 3-4 days before the tournament, I probably would try to rest and just let your CNS recover, let all those muscles feel good. And something that you need to do as well, so leading more towards the tournament, you need to check into seeing what the weight classes are, because every single tournament's going to have different weight classes. Some of them are going to be national, like 190 pound class, some of them are going to be 198 pound class, some of them are going to be 185 pound class. So make sure that you're ready to go when it comes to your weight, and that you're dialed in if you need to cut, or if you need to eat a little bit more, or whatever you need to do. So check into that. If it's your first tournament, you'll definitely be going novice, and that's kind of like an amateur class where it's going to be more guys that are just starting or guys that are just on a lower level. So you're going to want to stick with that. The only way I would say to enter the open class would be if they have entrance after the novice class is over. Sometimes they open it up, and if you blew everyone away in the novice class and you're very confident, you might give it a try, but honestly I would probably recommend just staying in the novice class for this time. There might also be early weigh-ins, so check with the tournament people, the tournament director, and see if they have early weigh-ins, and that's if you needed to cut weight. So obviously if you had to cut weight, you would want to do that the night before to ensure that you can rehydrate and carb up for that next day. Things to expect when you get to the tournament: you're going to go in, you're going to sign a waiver, one for each arm, and you're going to put down all your information. Obviously, if you get hurt at this tournament, you can't sue them. That's what the waiver is for. And hopefully you're going to have a group of guys that goes with you, and hopefully you'll have your own little corner that you guys are all kind of, joining in. If you aren't going with anybody, the arm wrestling community is usually pretty nice, and try to find somebody who looks friendly and just say, hey man, this is my first time, and hopefully they can kind of lend a hand to you and make sure that you're get pointed in the right direction. If you can't find anybody, that's okay too. Kind of hunker down, stay in the zone, and the next part is normally they're going to run the kids classes first and the women's classes. They'll get through those, and then they'll start to announce the fact that they're going to do novice classes, and they'll start to tell you what the weight classes are. And so just keep an eye out for your name, and when it's your turn, obviously you're going to go up there. So before that though, when you're sitting there at these tournaments, what I want you guys to do is pay attention to matches before yours, and each ref's going to have a different way of saying ready, go, a different way of putting hands together, and it's best to study those things, not get too antsy, stay focused and study the way that these grips are happening and the way that they're saying ready, go. So that way you have the best opportunity for timing. Then the classes are going to start. You're going to get in and they're going to call your name. You're going to go up to the table. A lot of the times you want to go to the side that doesn't have the buckle, but if it's your first tournament, it's not going to make a huge difference. But if it makes a difference to you, go to the side that doesn't have the buckle, because the other guy's probably not going to know the difference. And that's going to give you a little bit more of an advantage in the if you end up going to the strap. And when you get up there, take it easy. Don't freak out. Don't lose all your adrenaline right away, especially if it's your first tournament. I mean, just soak it in, learn as much as possible. It's fun. I mean, after my first tournament, I was hooked, and that's what really got me hooked. So use this as a fun learning experience. Another thing is to stay safe. Hopefully, if it's a good tournament, they're going to always encourage that with novice people, but you want to watch your hand. You want to make sure that your shoulder stays in line with your forearm and with your humerus. You do not want to look away from your hand, and you don't want to twist. Those are going to increase your odds of, snapping arms. And out of the 15 tournaments that I've been to, I don't think I've ever seen one pro snap their arm. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's every time that I've seen it, it's been a novice person, and it's because most of the time they're looking away. So watch your arm, stay patient, stay safe, and then, do the best you can. Obviously, there'll be more tournaments to win in the future if you don't win. So don't worry. This is it's a tough sport, man. A lot of these guys, even in the novice class, they've been doing it for years. So if you don't, blow everybody out of the water your first time, you're not expected to. And I think the most important thing about these tournaments, honestly, is afterwards, after pull with as many people from different regions. Try to prioritize guys that are really good, maybe guys that you've seen on YouTube, or just guys who won the tournament or placed in the tournament, or maybe has a style that you like. Most guys are really nice, and they're willing to share their experiences and willing to share their expertise. And so soak it all in like a sponge, man. I mean, I love it. I've been doing it for 3.5 years. Every tournament I go to, I meet somebody or multiple, usually a lot of people that are they've been doing it for 10, 15 years, or even 5 or whatever, and they're so strong, and I learn so much. I learn more normally in the after pulling than I do anything. I would honestly go to tournaments just for the after pulling if they're close. So, anyway, to recap, if you're with your club, practice grip, ready goes. Make sure your weight's in check. Make sure that you understand which class you're going to be in, which is novice class. Get to do the early weigh-ins if you need to. Get to the venue, sign waivers, sign up, pay the money. Stay safe. Listen for cadence from the refs. Make sure you stay safe, and after pull like a motherfucker. And honestly, kill it, guys. It's going to be fun, and you won't regret doing it, and I guarantee you'll do more. So have a good one. Check it out.